like to discuss about Prigozhin's political calculation, both military and political calculation for early Wagner troops retreat. Many people think that this is some conflict between Russia, is some internal conflict inside the Russian army, but actually this is correct. It is correct that there are some conflict between Russian army and the Wagner troop because they have a competition relationship, right? So, but in fact, this kind of conflict may not fit Ukrainians' interests. Why? Because this kind of conflict in fundamentally that is the that is the Game of Thrones for Prigozhin to acquire higher military commanding power. Yeah. So for example, let us discuss about the current situation of the Bakhmut. Russia, according to ISW, Russia has now seized more than 95% of the territory in Bakhmut. So Ukrainian only have really 4.5% of the Bakhmut territory. So the battle of Bakhmut is gonna to be the end, and Russia will have a very periodic victory. So why does Prigozhin want to withdraw Bakhmut when the battle is going to win? The answer is now Wagner troop has acquired more than 95% of the territory. No matter Russian army or the Kadyrov army, Kadyrov fights, trying so hard to conquer the remaining 5% of the territory. The Prigozhin will still be the major person who achieved this goal. The Prigozhin will be awarded most. So no matter how hard Russian army are, no matter how hard Kadyrov fight, the reward will only belong to Prigozhin because Wagner troop had indeed acquired 95% of the territory. Right? Okay, so the first thing is that withdrawing Wagner troop has no harm to Prigozhin's reward. It only has benefit. What kind of benefit? Prigozhin said, oh, it is Russia who didn't, it is the Russian Ministry of Defense who didn't get, who didn't get the Wagner troop weapon. So the Wagner troop have suffered a lot of casualty. A lot of the soldiers died in the battlefield. If the Russia is the Ministry of Defense is willing to provide more weapons, that the Wagner rise will suffer only 20% of the casualty. So 80% of the soldiers can survive. Okay, this is a Prigozhin statement, and many people believe that. Oh, many people say, oh no, the Russian Ministry of Defense are a piece of shit, right? So they are jealous to Prigozhin, and they want to obstacle. They want to be an obstacle to Prigozhin's military achievement. So all the Russian Ministry of the Defense is bad, or Prigozhin is good in the Russian Chinese point of view, right? So the problem is that after his statement, that means the mistake which Wagner troop has made or which Prigozhin has made, all can be blamed or can be banned through the Ministry of Defense. So all the mistake is Ministry of Defense. Prigozhin has no more mistake. This is a way to transfer the accountability of for the casualty of the Wagner troop, right? So this is a very high level political. This is very high level political skill. They can transfer their fault to Ministry of Defense. Yes, so this is Prigozhin's calculation. Okay, so there is the first one. So why did Prigozhin want to withdraw Wagner troop? I have to ask the question, why not? If you can withdraw, you can blame Ministry Defense for your fault, and you can still have entire reward because you have achieved 95% of the territory. Why don't you do this? If I'm Prigozhin, I will definitely do this too, right? So the third part is that Ukrainian won't abandon the remainder 4.5% territory because Zelensky has addressed in American council, U.S. council in the capital here. Let's say, oh, Bakhmut stands, and the audience. Okay, so now the Bakhmut is totally occupied by Russia. So will Zelensky be questioned about his leadership? I mean, of course, he will be questioned because he tied his political victory in with Bakhmut. So he will trying to persuade the military commander to do something against Bakhmut, to do something to hold Bakhmut. So you can see the war monitor always say, "Oh, Bakhmut hold." Now he posts it every day, and everyone still share retreat, and they totally neglect the fact that the Bakhmut has been occupied by 95%. Okay, so this is the problem. This is the blind spot of the Western media. Okay, but I don't want to create any blind spot for me because what I mean is not to do some political correct. What I want to do is to provide a relatively objective and the some report you can definitely see the future. This is what I want to do. This is also from the start between on the March 1st, 2022. At that time, I predicted that Russia will 100% lose and Ukraine will 100% win. At that time, nobody wants to, not many people, the majority of the people oppose my idea because they think Russia is very big, Ukraine is very small. Why the big country beat a small country and big country will lose? So everyone has this concept, and at that time I was confused why people don't understand Russia, because Russia sucks, right? I mean Russia sucks. Okay, so but after several months, people start to realize, oh, I was right. Because people started to realize, oh, okay, maybe they can see my post to see what will go on in the future. But so at that time, I was not a political correct guy for the war report. And now I still don't want to the political correct guy for the report. I want to be objective. I want to do future prediction. And I want to provide as much as possible what I have seen as much as possible and share to other people. So this is my major goal. So I don't like Western media. I have complained them last week actually. So the problem is that Wagner's withdrawal has no harm to their group, but only have benefit. So Prigozhin do that actually, they have a lot of benefit for the withdrawal. So don't take Prigozhin's behavior too apparent. Actually, Prigozhin is an evil genius. He is cruel, he's tyrant, but he's genius. He's genius. He's definitely a genius, both political and military. I'm now writing on my Twitter post about how the why is the main calculation of the Prigozhin. I mean the main strategy, military strategy of Prigozhin to do. Let me share with you now. The main strategy of the Prigozhin is that he uses Wagner troop, which composed of the criminals, which composed of the evil, the worst people in Russia, the people Russia wants to kill the most. He sent those criminals against Ukraine army, which composed of the best people, the best special troop, including the university teacher, including the parliament member. So he used the worst people to do against the best people. Of course, the worst people die much, but for Russia, they're dying maybe a good thing, right? Maybe their death is a good thing, right? So but for Ukraine, the people soldiers' death is definitely a tragedy, right? Many husbands died, many fathers died, many sons died. So actually, Prigozhin wants to use Russia's worst people to do against Ukrainians' best people. Then this is the first match. The second match is that Prigozhin wants to acquire the higher commanding power because he pissed off. He slammed military of defense for their incapability. And Putin liked Prigozhin very much because Prigozhin do the best job in a special military operation. So Putin will definitely promote Prigozhin as higher commanding. Then maybe Prigozhin can command the BDV, the Russian special troop. Okay, the Russian special troop can be used to do against the NATO-trained Ukrainian army. This is Prigozhin can use the best soldiers in Russia to do against the second best soldier in Ukraine. The third strategy is that Prigozhin will use the remainder normal Russian troop to do against the mobilized troop, Ukrainian mobilized troop. The many in Ukrainian troop, many young men are mobilized. They don't have any military experience before, and they come to the front line without any military experience, and they are also not trained by NATO. So this is the Ukrainians worst people. So again, Prigozhin used the worst person to do against the Ukrainians' best person, and he will use the best person to do against Ukrainian's second best person, and he will finally use Russia's second best person to do against Ukrainian's worst person. So the third time in battle we can say, oh, let me Prigozhin's first attempt use the worst person to do the best person is a little bit negative. The result was a little bit negative because Russia suffers more casualty in Bakhmut. But how about next match? Right when Russia used their best troop to do against the second best Ukrainian troop. I think there's a high rate that Russia might have a small victory, right? And the third match, Prigozhin used Russia's second best troop to do against Ukrainian's worst troop. This still thinks that Ukrainian will still have will still have negative results. Right? So Prigozhin still can win a match. So in these 3 matches, Prigozhin does lose the first one, but he will win 2. That is the Prigozhin military strategy, and this kind of strategy in China they have put on a professional noun. It called 田忌赛马. I mean the horse racing of Tian in the Shandong. Okay, this is some that have some history. That have some Chinese history story about this kind of strategy, and the one who invented this strategy called Sun Bing. Sun Bing is the descendant of the Sun Zi. Sun Zi is the author of the Art of War, which is very renowned around the world. Okay, so Sun Bing is also a very famous military genius in China, and he has the same reputation and same capability as his ancestor Sun Zi. Yeah, so this is very I mean, Prigozhin has no way to look about the Chinese history, but he can also come out this kind of strategy by his own will. So I think that Prigozhin is indeed a military genius. Okay, I believe that Prigozhin is the first military genius. I can confirm now, but sadly I can't confirm any of the military genius in Ukrainian side. I mean, like people like Zanussi and people like Sirski, they are good general, but they are not reach the military genius level, because the genius must be creative. The military genius must be creative, so they can attack people, attack something that his enemy will not notice about. So that is the Prigozhin has this kind of ability, because currently no one has really found Prigozhin's real intent about his military strategy. Even me, I can say something elaborated, but I'm still guessing. But I may be wrong, but I think in general I have very high chance to be right. But I still cannot be assured about my observation and analysis. Yes, so this is something I have to show you that the withdrawal of Wagner troop is actually a very delicate. I mean, it's actually a very delicate political act. It's the result of this political act is that Prigozhin will seize more military commanding power, and he will be able to command more troops. And because he will be able to command more troops, and Russia will be much stronger. Because that Prigozhin is a military genius, although, but now the main commander of the Russian troop are not military genius. They sucks in general. So if Prigozhin can seize the highest power or the commanding power, then the commander of the Russian army will be an avial genius instead of avial idiot. Previously, Russian commanders are avial idiots, so although they are evil, but you still can defeat them and you still can counter them. But if Prigozhin has seized the highest power, that means Prigozhin will be the evil genius who commands this power. Now, the situation will become, oh, Prigozhin is evil, but there's no way for people to conquer them again. So this is the problem. So I believe that this political act will bring disaster to Ukraine. So this is definitely what I believe. So I'm very pessimistic about this act. Although people are all celebrating about this, but personally I'm pessimistic about this action. And last, I urge anyone who support Ukraine, please keep supporting Ukraine, because you have keep supporting it for a long time, very long time. I believe 5 years. If Prigozhin is not assassinated, the future of the Prigozhin is that he will be stronger, 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 and stronger. He will be his status will be higher, 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 and higher. And because Prigozhin is very smart, if he's genius, the Russians army will perform better, 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 and better. And the hardness of the Ukrainian counterattack will be harder, 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 harder. Please remember what I say. And please remember, Prigozhin is someone we should assassinate. I mean, seriously. Yeah, he's true genius. Okay, so this is the main thing I want to share today. And besides, I would like to celebrate one thing. The last thing is that the live stream a month ago that I have predicted that the Russia will create more PMC group. I mean the private mercenary company group. And after 1 month, it turns out that I'm correct because the Gazprom military troop has published their first video and in front of people's eye. That means the Gazprom military company is now operating very well, and now they are sending troops to the front line and again be against of Ukraine. Okay, and also I think that my prediction still have some certain kind of accuracy, no matter although I'm 8,000 kilometers away to Ukraine, but I can still have predict something right, and I'm satisfied about this result, and I will keep to improve myself to have more accurate results. Also, hope you can like it and hope you can keep supporting it if you like this kind of party, and if you recognize my idea of to provide an objective analysis without biases, without political correctness, without some war mist, and can provide some predictable results and provide some fair, not biased results. Please supporting my channel, and I will keep doing my job and be the best job. Okay, to the best of my mind. I have a tendency of the perfectness. I want to do everything perfectly. Yes, I have this tendency, although my capability cannot reach my appetite. I cannot reach my wish. Yeah. So, but I still will do my best to accomplish my analysis. Okay, so this is the main. I mean, this is the main sharing I want to do today. I hope you like it, and I hope you can know this is not Prigozhin. It's very smart, and Prigozhin calculation is very delicate. Don't understand Prigozhin. Let me stress again. Don't understand Prigozhin. He is the biggest obstacle of Ukrainian victory. That is today's sharing. I thank you to here today. I will see you next week. Bye bye.